You're listening to KUNT. In 2011, Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis gave us the romantic comedy that brought to the forefront a taboo that parents would consider giving away the milk for free, and it made it acceptable. Friends with Benefit. Can it really work? Find out how you can have your cake and eat it too on the next Toward Intentions. And next is now. Relationships are hard work, at least the ones worth keeping. But have you ever wanted to reap the benefits of one without the work or headaches? Turns out you can. Hello everyone, welcome to Toward Intentions. I'm your host, Austin Fox. Friends with Benefits, the best relationship according to Vogue magazine online. In speaking with my friends, the majority verdict was that friends with benefits do not work. Friends do not cross that line of intimacy. They don't cross the line into sex. That is forbidden. I seem to be the only one who thinks that it's not only okay, but it is possible for it to be successful. And when I politely pointed out that my friends were not only hypocrites, but liars as well, needless to say, I was politely asked to leave lunch. Here is my question. Why are hookups considered socially acceptable, but the act of getting to know a person in the most intimate sense is considered wrong? Is it because one-night stands are usually nameless faces, therefore excusable to be a selfish four rather than the attentive eight you usually are? Or perhaps the act makes you feel young again, but there's only one problem with that. You're not a juvenile. Now, personally, I believe that every sexually active person born after 1990 has tried having a friends with benefit relationship at least once. And the ones that say it didn't work and it left a bad taste in their mouth, well, my first question would be, did you establish and follow the rules? 9 times out of 10, the answer would be no. Well, here are a few tips to ensure you can have a successful friends with benefits relationship like an adult. Now, since this will be a part-time relationship, there needs to be rules established. And yes, I did say relationship because it is one of sorts, but still one. Anytime you get to know anyone on an intimate level, you and the other person have established a relationship. Also, you need to be crystal clear as to what it is you are wanting out of this relationship. In other words, do not have sex with this person with the intention of hoping that they'll change. Hopefully, if I sleep with them enough, they'll become my partner. Usually, that never happens. That only happens in the movies. So be honest with yourself and your needs and set up boundaries. Just because it is not an emotionally based relationship does not mean you want to hear all about their sexcapades. Keep the lines of communication open. One of the benefits of this situation is you can feel free to try out some new stuff without any judgment on their part. And since emotions will most likely change and it does come to an end, when it happens, be an adult and move on. So, you want to make sure that you pick someone who is available, both mentally and emotionally. So avoid anyone fresh out of a relationship. You don't want to be there meanwhile. Also, don't be so clingy. If you're doing this more than 3 times per week, you're seeing them way too much. And speaking of clingy, stay away from loners. If and when a lonely person receives too much attention, especially that sort of attention, they may become worse than gum on your shoe. Pick a person you already like, but would never date. Make sure they're outside of your social circle because you don't want to see them all the time. Plus, you don't need your snobby friends judging you, looking down at you through their nose. And don't forget to see other people. If you're only hooking up with one person, you may fool yourself into thinking it's a relationship. Also, do not forget to keep doing you. Another benefit for this relationship is you have time for you to finish your goals. Lastly, know when to say goodbye. There are only 3 reasons this will end. One of the persons gets too attached, or one of the persons finds someone they want to date, or both parties get bored. If you feel like it's over, then it's probably over. Establishing rules in the beginning helps with the breakup in the end. And if you two accidentally fall in love, fuck it. Throw the rules out the window and ride that good feeling all the way home, because you are one of the lucky ones that the movie was made for. Now, I was talking to a friend who was giving me his own take on a friends with benefits situation. And let me see if I can remember this correctly. He was telling me that he had a best friend. He had a girlfriend, not a girlfriend, but a girl that was a friend since kindergarten. And he was already a freshman or a sophomore in high school. So they'd known each other for some long time. And she had this boyfriend that was a total douche to her. The boyfriend was staying with her and her family in her house. And not only would he hit her, but he would physically, emotionally, and sexually abuse her. Now, when she finally had enough, how it got to this part. The boyfriend kicked her out of her house and she had nowhere to go. So she shows up at my friend's house and my friend politely invites her in, has her stay the night. And he said that since she was feeling rejected or dejected because of this man, he wanted her to feel any other feeling but the ones that she was feeling now. And one thing led to another. They had sex. Now, he says the best part of it was they never spoke about it again. They only did it that one time. As a matter of fact, she ended up meeting his new girlfriend and he helped her look for another boyfriend, a quality one. Now, whether they speak today or not, well, your guess is as good as mine because that's where the story ended. But he said that while they remained friends afterwards, it never became awkward. It never became funny because that's all it was. It was just two friends hooking up that one time. So to be kept up to date on this or any previous story, please log on to www.theaustinfox.com and click on the Torrid Intentions link and subscribe, or find and follow me on all of my social media at The Austin Fox, or feel free to leave me a message at torridintentions@gmail.com. Now, I'll leave you with this final quote given by my friend Ruben. Sex is not a dirty thing. It's a healing thing. And it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful when two friends can come together and comfort one another. Now, out of that story, I'd like to think that's very true. I myself have had friends with benefits, some more successful than others, but that's where the line of communication needs to stay open. So, till next time, Austin Fox saying, whatever your intention, just make sure they're toward intentions. So long, everybody.